Hey, onegaishimasu. Start it down. And side to side. Huge shoulder. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Hey, arms going forward. And going back. For the front. And open and close. So let's practice now the exercises that we've been doing for grounding. You'll be able to connect with the floor and be able to connect properly to the ground. So opening your legs, hands out, breathe in and breathe out. And push down through your feet to the ground. Make yourself very connected to that floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push those hips down, bend those knees down. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. On your hands. Go. In. Go. In. Go. In. Go. Up. Go. Side. Go. Both sides. 4. Yes. Back. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Alright, with that sensation of having your hips down and your legs connected, open them a little bit more and thighs back. Keep that sensation of being really grounded. Thighs back. Side. And the other side. There you go. Both sides. Cheek. You go. Side. Hands down. Breathing in. And breathing out. In. You go. Aikido. Side. Side. Up, over, and down. Knees from the back. And circles one way. Circles the other way. Down. Down. Open your toes. Keeping your balance, keeping awareness on your center of gravity, and breathing in, breathing out. In, go, and in, go. Let's go. Hey, with your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now those were outside crescents. Now let's do inside crescents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Raising up your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go to the other side. Raise your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go. Raising your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hip hinges, keeping your shoulders back, hands on your chest, bending your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The side hip hinge. 1, 2, open your legs, and this exercise is called Shiko Fumi, which is quite it's a common exercise for sumo. You see it very common in sumo. The idea is open your legs, lower your hips really high, and now we're going to try to raise our leg on one side and dump it down. Normally sumo people, as much as they are really big, they're also, as you know, incredibly flexible, so they can raise really high a leg almost in this. Well, they can actually do splits, so which is incredible considering their size, but they're incredibly flexible. So when they do shikofumi, they really raise their leg really high, and then they really boom, dump it down into the floor, and really use that as a grounding kind of sensation with all of that mass inside. So I cannot raise my leg nowhere near as high as that, so just raise your leg as much as you can, and lower it and into your side. Raise it as much as you can, and lower. You can only raise a little bit, then that's fine. Just start with low level of raising. Just raise as much as you can, keeping a good stability, good balance, and trying to then come down and really press that leg down as soon as you get onto the floor. Okay, so shikofumi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, and stop. And relax your hips. So hopefully with all of this sequence of exercises, our knee raises, our outside crescent kicks, inside crescent kicks, knee raises, leg raises, hip hinges, and shikofumi, slowly we kind of work on the health and condition of our hips, and hopefully we are able to maintain them, as well as we can, for as long as we can. Opening your legs and lower your hips, pushing your knees out. So hopefully now that your hips are a little bit more open, keep them down, get yourself very grounded. Your whole foot is on the ground. Okay, so breathing in and breathing out. And coming up. And again, feel your heels really grounded, your hips really down, breathing in, breathing out. And up. Down. Breathing in, breathing out. Up. So open your legs and a little bit more working on those legs and hips and knees. And a bit lower on one side. And a bit lower on the other side. And a bit lower, toes up. Keeping your heels down, remember. And on the other side, toes up, keeping your heels down. So, side to side. Open your legs, elbows down. And coming forward. Hey, and back stretch. Coming forward again. Toes, hips up. Pushing through your toes. Pushing your hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. down, and back stretch. Oh. Side, the other side. Side, 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 side. Hey, sitting down, stretching one leg, and then the other leg, going your leg. And from your foot, toes, and rotating one direction, all the toes, and the other direction, front and back, up and down, single toes, rubbing the base of your foot, rub, and tapping. Shake and stretch, and repeat on the other side. Leg, toes, rotate, the weight, up and down, single toes, rowing, tapping, shaking, and stretch. And break up. And pause again. Hey, if you give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this time, the same thing, Shirokemi, but instead of finishing with your leg tucked and the other one up, we're going to end up with the leg out and the other one bent. Okay, so normally it's one bend, one tuck. Now it's going to be one bend, one stretch. Okay, so Shirokemi, bend, stretch, Shirokemi, bend, stretch, Shirokemi, straight, Shirokemi, straight, straight, Shirokemi, straight. Okay, so now that we have our leg straight, the hand on the same side of the leg is going to post, okay, in a correct position where we have the most stability, and we're going to raise our hip. Okay, so Shirokemi, extend the leg, post, raise, down. Shirokemi, extend the leg, post, raise, down. Shirokemi, extend the leg, post, raise, down. Shirokemi, extend, post, raise, down. Shirokemi, extend, post, raise, down. The other side. So now that we have that, we have our extended leg, we have our post, we have our raise. We're going to shoot our leg back into a deep squat, still posted in 3 points, with your 2 feet and your hand. Only when your 2 feet are nice and firm, you're going to let go to stand up. Okay, so careful that your back foot especially is not compromised in any form, like your ankle or your knee are out of alignment. So take your time to post properly your 2 feet, your hands, okay, when you go on the way up. On the way down, it's going to be the same thing, posting 3 places, extending, and sitting down. You're going to change the other side, okay? But the important thing is, again, when you post and you shoot your leg back, make sure your legs are in a really good position before you transition to try to get up. Don't rush that part. You pay attention to the transition, okay? So me, shoot me. Stand close, raise, shoot back. Make sure your legs are good. And then stand. Down, pose, stand forward, sit down, change to the other side. Okay? So let's do that. All this time, please, don't stop looking to the front. Keep looking to the front. Don't look to the ground when your hand is ready. Just keep your eyes to the front while doing the exercise. Okay? Shirogemi, stand, pose, raise, pull back, good stability, up, down, pose, stand and sit, and change, stand, pose, raise, shoot back, good stability, up, down, pose, stand and sit down. Okay? So that's the sequence, right? So let's do all of those things. 1, 2, 3, and so on. So just one movement, 2 movements. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Very good. Right. Continue with Ushiro Kemi. Ushiro Kemi 1, 2, 3, 4. This time, Ushiro Kemi up to your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time, we're going to go from Ushiro Kemi a couple of times. 1, 2, sorry, you're supposed to look to your knees. Ushiko, 1, 2, and Ushiro Kemi. 1, 2, Ushiko, 1, 2. Okay, so transition from Ushiro Kemi to Ushiko, please. Okay, so each 1, Ushiro Kemi, 2, Ushiro Kemi, Ushiko, each knee on the other side. 1, Ushiro Kemi, 2, Ushiro Kemi, Ushiko, 1, 2, and the other side. 1, Kemi, 2, Kemi, Ushiko, 1, 2, 1, Kemi, 2, Chico, 1, 2. Alright? Okay, so now I'm going to go from Ushiro Kemi to Shiko to Tachiwaza, to standing up. Okay? So remember, we're going to keep our hips down as much as possible, especially in the transition from Shiko to Tachiwaza. Keep your hips down. Okay? So Ushiro Kemi 1, Ushiro Kemi 2, Shiko 1, 2, Tachiwaza each knee. Pivot. Again, Ushiro-kemi 1, Ushiro-kemi 2, Shiko 1, 2, up, Tachiwaza 1, 2. Pivot. Try to make sure to always change your legs so you are not always transitioning on the same leg. So keep your rhythm in whatever way. Make sure to remember to change legs every time. Okay? So Ushiro-kemi 1, Ushiro-kemi 2, Shiko 1, 2, 1, 2. The side 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Alright. So now, last one is we're going to do the same thing, but after our getting up, we're going to use again our hip hinge, 1 and 2. And 1 point down. And again to our knees. Okay, so we're going to do 2 shirokenis, 2 shiko, 2 standing up, and 2 hip hinges coming all the way down to the ground. Okay, so shirokeni 1, shirokeni 2, shiko 1, shiko 2, standing up 1, standing up 2, hip hinge 1, hip hinge 2, and down to the ground. And shirokeni 1, shirokeni 2, shiko 1, 2, 1, 2, hip hinge 1, hip hinge 2, down, and slowly your way down. Okay. Continue please, in your own time. Continue. Continue in your own time, continue. All right, standing up. Okay, so we've been working a lot on connection. It's been a little bit the theme for this week, and it will be the theme for this month. We started with working with the connection from the ground into our legs. Remembering that Moreno Sensei always reminds us that Tai Savaki, which just translates as body movement, is body movement, but then it's better understood as body movement supported on your center of gravity. Having said that, sometimes it's difficult for us to clearly identify what our center of gravity is. So Sensei breaks it down more in anatomical terms. So he says it's body movement supported on your feet, legs, buttocks, and hips and spine. So basically all of that structure, that goes from the spine to the hips, to the buttocks, to the legs, to the feet. Is all of that structure the one that Sensei wants us to pay attention to. So that would be our Tai Savaki. Okay, Tai Savaki. That's why when we do our most basic type of movement, which is, let's say, a Yumiashi, okay, it's not the same thing as doing a Yumiashi in the conventional sense, but in the Budo sense, keeping your hips down, engaging your core, engaging your hips area, your glutes, your legs, and then moving from that position to one side to the opposite. Okay. Now we mentioned in the week how this is related to the idea of being grounded, but then obviously at some point we have to sacrifice some of that groundedness in order to move, because if we never sacrifice some of our groundedness, we will never be able to move in any direction. So we sacrifice that, and in order to do that, we are not grounded anymore 100% because our legs are not fully touching the ground, but then we have to remain balanced. Okay? So, okay, you are grounded, balance, grounded, grounded, balance, grounded. I'm just trying to keep that sensation. Sometimes our balance, okay, is compromised a little bit more because of the speed and direction of the movement, but it's still a sense of balance. Okay, so let's just work with that for a moment. So take a step forward, Yumiashi, pivot, big swing of the leg while keeping your balance, and then ground yourself again. Step forward, pivot, big swing of the leg, balance, and ground it. Grounded, balance, grounded, grounded, balance, grounded, grounded, balance, grounded, balance, grounded. Okay? But we need to trust, in that sense, our capacity to be balanced as much as possible, and not just cling to the desire of being grounded, which is natural. That's why we stop moving. Okay, so you're being grounded, keep some balance, grounded. Okay, now from that position, balance again to one side, come back again, grounded. Yeah, and those two features, being grounded and balanced, are in perpetual movement. Okay, so grounded, balance, 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 grounded. Yeah. So it's this perpetual interplay of those two sensations that, you know, we depend, depending on our physical conditions, depending on our state of mind, depending on our personalities, we will naturally lead to one of these two areas. You know, sometimes we are very grounded. We are people who are very, I don't have to say stubborn, but sometimes we are very stubborn people. Sometimes we boom, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere until someone makes me go, right? So we need to practice, you know, to be a bit more, capacity to be more balanced. And sometimes we are very balanced. We are very accommodating people. You know, we like people to like us, and because of that, we are happy to move and go and yield. Well, in that case, we have to be more grounded. We have to kind of, now I'm here, hips down, everything forward. So, without too much stereotype, but we will tend to go to one direction or another a lot based on our personality and our physical limitations, but personality a lot. Okay, so check which one are we, and check, you know, what's the point of doing the other side. Okay, so this time isometric exercise. Okay, we've been practicing a lot with connection with our partner in Katatori Menuchi, for example, where we then pivot and then we continue that projection and so on. Let's practice that with isometric exercises for us. So left foot in front, and then left hand in front, right hand touching, creating a lot of tension. Push, create isometric tension where your hips and everything else is free, and cutting down. 1 and release. So again, hand up, second hand on top, isometric pressure, create a lot of pressure and cut. 2 and release. Remember, the important thing is to create isometric pressure in one part of the body, which in this case is the meeting of our arms, but do not carry that tension to the rest part of the body. The rest part of the body is reasonably free, but that freedom does not transfer to the point of contact. The point of contact is very engaged. So keep that engagement in the point of contact while you keep the freedom in the rest of the body. Okay? So contact, breathing in. 1. Again, contact, breathing in. 2. Again, contact, breathing in. 3. Contact, in. 4. Contact, bring in. 5. Change size, right foot. Okay, right foot. This time same. Right hand under, left hand on top, isometric pressure, a lot of contact, a lot of tension in that part, but there is freedom in the rest part of the body. Okay, so here, go, here, go. 2, go, here, go, here, go. Hey, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Okay, and here, go, here. again, so from the bottom, left foot in front, right hand in front, grabbing your own hand and pulling in one direction this hand and pulling the other direction the other hand. This thing is not a push, it's a pull. Okay, so it's going to be a pull, isometric pressure, while we pivot. Turn, pivot, and then and release. Okay, so right hand in front, right hand forward, grabbing, pulling, turning, pivoting, bowing, and releasing. Okay, so that sequence with a pivot, with a turn, with a pivot, and with a bow. Trying to keep tension in the arms, the pull, okay, while maintaining good freedom and mobility on the rest of the body. Okay, so left foot in front, left hand in front, holding hands, pull, turn, pivot, bow, relax. To the side, right hand, pull, turn, pivot, bow, relax. To the side, pull, turn, pivot, bow, relax. To the side, pull, turn, pivot, bow, relax. So, pull, go. Pull, go. Pull, go. Pull, go. Pull, pull, go. So, okay, next exercise, last one, okay? So, next week we're going to move from connection to the ground to connection internally, which will mean, more or less, connection to our core muscles and how to maintain those ones engaged through movement. Because core muscles need to remain engaged, especially in certain parts of the movement, okay? But isometric exercises is not only tension on the arms, they hopefully encourage tension on an engagement on the core muscles, which has to be maintained throughout the process of the exercise until it is released. So that's why these type of exercises join these two ideas a little bit of being connected to the ground, but also connected internally in my own body, which includes the engagement of our core muscles. Okay, so to finish up, we're going to have left foot in front. Okay. Left hand in front, right hand back. We're going to interlock our fingers, just lock them, and again try to rip them apart, separate them. So tension outside, stepping back, lowering your hips, nicely grounding to the floor, and moving forward and release. Okay, so again, hands interlocking, pulling apart. Okay, tension, stepping back, lowering, good connection to the floor. Breathing in and out and release. Okay, so iri nagi. Okay, so go. So go. 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 Relax. Go. Relax. Right foot. Okay. Right foot forward this time. Go. Go. You. Go. Okay, Tommy. Hey. Hey. Arigato gozaimashita. Thank you very much.